multi-vitamin product. It's not even really just a multivitamin. It's kind of like, that's why we call it Bulletproof Vitality, because the intention of the product was to fill the nutritional gaps that most women suffer from. It is not something that is going to make you into a woman if you take it or anything like that.
That's a different program.
Yeah, right. It's a different program that's beyond the scope of a multivitamin. Yes. But it is intended to be the filler of nutritional gaps. And the reason that that's important is because if you're missing things, a lot of times you can have a lot of downstream effects that should be happening from, let's say, other supplements or even food that aren't happening because the keys or the key ingredients to having that entire metabolic process happen are just not there. And so the goal for us was, let's look at what things a typical woman eats and let's not include those, and then only include the things that she would typically not be eating or that she is more in need of. And so the three things that we kind of ironed into or nailed down were a lean muscle agent, HMB, which Trevor will talk a lot more about why that's important. Like, that alone costs more than most. Like, in and of itself, the dose that we have in here is more.
It is a standalone product.
It is a standalone product. We just include everything because we want everything to be best. The second is good sources of iron for them that are bioavailable. And then the third is a lot of women will be more sensitive to digestive issues or bloating. And so we wanted to have, because all of the Prestige Labs products are meant to be taken together. And so we wanted to account for this issue for women because it's something that's really common. And so those are the three things: lean muscle, iron, anti-bloat, with the obvious inclusion of all the multivitamins that would naturally come into anything that are going to be the highest quality. But those ones specifically are what make this one different.
Yes. So the one of the cooler things about this product is that it is quite literally multiple products. And the HMB is a star player here, stands for Hydroxy Methyl Butyrate, and it is a metabolic byproduct of the branched chain amino acid leucine, which is also included in the intro product that we have. But for women in particular, they just don't eat as much meat, typically. And because of that, it is quite possible they're not making as much HMB as they could be to try and preserve lean muscle mass they have, especially in terms of when they diet down. And I won't lie, women train more intensely than men most times. And they run themselves into the ground and then eat less protein to boot. And so this is something that really makes a sexier end product at the end of a diet. So you don't just become a smaller version of the shape you didn't like before. That's really what it comes down to. Secondarily, there is a female-specific proprietary blend in here, and that does contain proteases, which are enzymes that help you break down protein. So there is an encouragement to eat more protein as a female because it is very difficult for them. And this does help you digest it quicker, so there is less bloating, and you absorb those amino acids in a more efficient manner. Secondarily, I actually put ground up liver in this. And that's something that I do suggest most all women take that I work with. And it is probably one of the better multivitamins out there on its own. Desiccated ground up liver. And it is a very bioavailable source of iron. So is a key ingredient for me in this product, as strange as it may seem. It is super effective. And lastly, there's lactobacillus, which is a probiotic. And it also helps you digest small fats and other carbohydrates that may cause bloating and stomach upset in the long term, to help keep bloating down, help keep digestive comfort up.
Which we knew that when we were having a lot of people who are changing or starting a new healthy lifestyle, bloating is just common. And so the likelihood that we can help someone stay on that path is if we can make that path more comfortable for them and then get them to see results faster, that's where this kind of fits in. So if we can help you maintain more lean body mass with the HMB, fill in the gaps with the iron that you're probably not getting because most of them don't eat as much protein as they probably should. Yeah. And then we wanted to encourage the protein eating with the lacto, etc., and all of the anti-bloat enzymes that are in there, because probably a lot of times women stop eating protein because they start getting bloated and then they stop eating it. And so if we could conquer each one of those aspects in addition to having the multivitamin component, we could pretty much fill in all the nutritional gaps that a woman might have while she's dieting, and then ultimately make the entire process a lot more enjoyable.
Sexier end product.
Boom.